Hi, everybody. So, for my book talk on economics, I decided to do it on Animal Farm by George Orwell. So, a little bit about the book. The author is George Orwell. It was published in 1945, so at the very end of World War II. It's 112 pages, so it's a really short book. And I got the book from my local library in Shelbyville, Kentucky. I chose this book for a couple different reasons. One is because my high school AP European history teacher recommended it to our class, and I didn't read it back then, so I thought I would take the opportunity to now. He would always talk about in his lessons about World War One and World War Two and the Cold War and communism spreading across the world. That this book was a really great illustrator of corrupt communism, and he never actually assigned it to us or required it to read us, but he would just constantly bring it up in his lessons about communism. So he just highly, highly recommended it. So I finally decided to go ahead and read it and take his advice. It's also a very short book, so that means it's a book that I could feasibly have a class read in its entirety. So it's only 100 pages, so that's a length that a middle school class could actually read the entire book rather than just pulling out certain passages and analyze the whole book and its meaning and how it relates to communism. And then just a little fun reason why I chose it. I actually have a second bachelor's degree in animal studies, so I was interested to see how animals are portrayed in this book. So, a little plot description. Animal Farm is an allegory for corrupt communism. It tells the story of a group of farm animals who are tired of being exploited by humans for their work and their products, like milk, eggs, wool, etc. So, they decide they're going to revolt against the farmer. They coordinate this big attack, they attack him and chase him out of the farm, and then they form their own animal government where all animals are equal and they reap the benefits of their own work and they share it equally. They also designate that they're going to have more days off than they would under the farmer, and they create a retirement plan for all the animals and all this stuff that they did not have when they were being forced to work under the farmer. However, the pigs are the smartest animals on the farm, so they quickly take leadership of this new government. And at first, that works out fine. The other animals are fine with it. But then eventually, they begin to abuse their power. So they start to twist the rules, and just little by little, they change the rules so that they are allowed to have more food rations than other animals. They don't have to work as much as the other animals. They receive more luxury items, more benefits than the other animals. And they do this little by little so that it's really difficult for all the rest of the farm animals to even notice that they're doing it until eventually they are not working at all. They have all of the food, and the other animals are starving. And they are just like the farmer that they overthrew in the end. So, my rating for this book, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. The allegory of corrupt communism is communicated extremely well. I think anyone would be able to get that message out of it. And I like that because a lot of times with books, unless you're like an English major or you're just really good at taking the message out of books, sometimes it's hard to know what the theme or message of the book was supposed to be. But that is not the case with this one. It is extremely obvious from the start what it is going to be about and the message is trying to send. It also uses fairly simple language, so that would make it a great choice for middle school students based on the reading level. The only reason I don't give it a perfect score is because it's not really a page turner. It's not the most exciting book, and there's only one or two characters that go through any significant development. But as far as theme and message goes, it is 10 out of 10. This is my favorite quote from the book. It says, "No one believes more firmly than Comrade Napoleon that all animals are equal. He would be only too happy to let you make your decisions for yourselves. But sometimes you might make the wrong decisions, comrades, and then where would we be?" So that's a quote from Squealer. Squealer is kind of like the town crier. He's like the messenger pig. He is the pig that is designated to public speak to the rest of the farm animals and give Napoleon, the leaders, messages to them. So Napoleon is the leader of the entire farm. He's a pig. And this kind of just highlights how corrupt the system has become because he's saying that all animals are equal, yet he's saying that the animals don't even have the capability to make their own decisions. So that really just highlights the overall theme that communism can be a corrupt system if it is let to progress that way. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed my book talk, and I hope that you are able to use this book in your instruction. Thank you.